Hi guys, and welcome to the monthly reset video. Today I'm going to be sharing my monthly goals, my budget, as well as my favorites. So without further ado, let's get started. So in regards to my monthly goals, I have health and wellness, I have business, I have finance, as well as personal. So those are the goals that I'll be sharing with you today. So going into health and wellness, my goal for this month was to walk 5k steps a day, and obviously I didn't reach that goal, as you can see here. And the second goal was to eat healthy breakfast, and for the most part of this month I haven't even eaten breakfast, so I didn't achieve that. The third goal was to be consistent with my meditation. I took this as an achieved goal because honestly, and as a beginner, I had planned that I wanted to meditate at least 3 days a week, and I was sometimes in some weeks I was able to do 4 days. So I'm really proud for achieving this, honestly, as a beginner, and especially with what I'm going through currently. So that was a big mile for me. And the next thing that I have is I wanted to fast. So mainly that is why I couldn't even have breakfast most of the days, is because I wanted to fast, because part of my research showed that if I fast, then I'll be able to recover slash kill some of the toxins that are contributing to my illness. So that is why I've decided that going forward I will continue doing the fast, although I'm not sure if I'll stick to the 13-hour plan. And then the last thing on my health and wellness section was to sleep 8 hours a day, and I did achieve that. I did sleep 8 hours a day and it felt really good, and in most days I would even exceed the 8-hour mark. So my body was really rested for the most part. So now going on to the next item, which is business. With business, I wanted to finalize the finance struggles that my business is going through at the moment, and I was not able to do that. I wanted to film one video for each of my channels. Also, I was not able to do that. I wanted to schedule posts to be consistent on TikTok. And I know this, people would be like, where are you scheduling posts on for TikTok? Like, I am using this platform that allows me to schedule Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, what else? Instagram and YouTube. So I'm able to film my content and then obviously edit, then upload on the platform, and it will post on the days on the days that I have selected. So for the most part I've been able to do that for TikTok. I haven't scheduled for Instagram, I haven't scheduled for YouTube, I haven't scheduled for Facebook. So TikTok has been somewhat thriving because of this. And for those who want to know the platform that I use to schedule my posts, let me know in the description so that I can share this with you if this is something that maybe you want to try for yourself. First thing that I was able to tick off of this section or this item, which is business, was launching an online store. Regardless of what I was going through this month, I was able to launch an online store, as well as I was able to rebrand Abroad Studies Academy, which is my baby. and I was also able to rebrand this channel. So those are some of the milestones that I was able to achieve for this month. So now going on to finance. All right, so with finance, I wanted to process and be able to do refunds for Abroad Studies Academy, and I was not able to do that. And the second thing on this item is to stay on budget with my monthly bills. Fortunately, I was able to do this, and honestly, for the most part, since last year, I've been able to stay on track when it comes to my budget. So you'll see this later on in the video where I'll be sharing my budget with you. So that's that. And also I was able to pay my medical bills, which I'm really thankful for, and I was able to spend according to my budget on groceries. So those are some of the financial things that I was able to achieve for this month. So going on to my personal, which is the personal section, I wanted to eat my meals on time, and obviously, as you had already seen earlier, I didn't even eat breakfast like for the most. I think if I was to count, I think I ate breakfast, I don't know, like maybe 7 days for the whole, or even like 6 for the whole month. From there on, I only ate lunch and dinner. Like even lunch, like I would eat like very inconsistently, to be honest. And like the only meal that I was able to really eat was dinner. Lunch, yes, I did have lunch most of the days, but it's not as I am used to. So yeah, so I was not able to eat my meals on time. I wanted to do my hair. My hair has been going through a phase, and this month was a big no-no for my hair. So even the hairstyle that I have right now, this usually takes me around 10 minutes to achieve. 10 to 20 minutes depending on how lazy I am or how motivated I am to achieve this. This month and last month and the month before that, I haven't done anything to my hair except on my birthday. So the week of my birthday, I did do my hair, and that was in February. All this other time, I would be on my head wrap, or I would just have my hair looking like something I don't even know. So this is me looking good. Like, this is an achievement, and hopefully this hairstyle will last me maybe a week or 2. All right. And some of the things that I was able to do, I was able to listen to podcasts 3 times a week, and that is an achievement for me, because obviously I'm going through a lot, and hopefully I'll have the courage to share someday. But even like watching a YouTube channel, listening to a podcast, like that's like an achievement at this point. So I don't want this video to be depressing, but I just want to be transparent and be authentic with you guys. So the next item, or the next thing that I was able to achieve on this item, was to read 2 self-help books. I can't stress how hard it was to be able to do this, and to be able to read these books and complete them. And obviously reading isn't my strong suit, but before going through what I'm going through now, I liked reading a lot, and I preferred reading from an actual book over a digital book, like maybe reading via my iBooks or via Kindles and stuff like that. I prefer reading an actual hard book. So I was able to read 2 self-help books. And then next, I was able to improve my communication with my family, and I am still work in progress regarding that. And not just my family, but people in general. My communication sucks. I'm working on that. And I was able to do weekly dates with my husband, so that's also a big milestone for me. So that is that regarding this month. So now we're going to be setting goals for the next month. And for health and wellness, I want to walk 3K steps a day, because I realized that I had set myself to walk 5K steps a day, and I was not able to achieve that. So I have lowered that a bit, and now I have set to walk 3K steps a day, and hopefully I'll be able to achieve that. And I have also still included sleep 8 hours a day, because I believe that sleep is very important, and with what I'm going through, I need a lot of sleep. So the next thing is to incorporate healthy eating habits. So as you can tell from the previous month, for this month, I had said I wanted to eat healthy breakfast, and you already saw that was impossible. So the next month, I want to incorporate healthy eating habits, and I want to fast for at least 9 hours 3 times a week. And this is also reduced from the 13 hours that I had, which I was able to achieve. And I also want to be consistent with my medication. I know it's this one is gonna be challenging, so I'm hopeful that I'll be able to be consistent with my medication. And I also want to meditate mornings and on afternoon walks 3 times a week. So I've realized that meditating in the morning is a bit easy for me, but in the afternoon I get distracted a lot, and there's always a lot going on, especially with my health. So I decided that for me to be able to achieve these two things, I'll be taking my walk and then I'll meditate while working. Hopefully that will work. I'll be testing this out. Moving on to business, I want to create a digital download, and I want to create a curriculum for ASA. I also want to automate email marketing for ASA as well. And then I want to be able to create a product each week for the online store, and I want to be able to film 2 videos for each channel, because I'm running both ASA and LSB. I want to be able to upload 8 videos per month for each channel. That is going to be a lot of work, I can already tell, and I honestly think I'm being too ambitious, but hopefully I'll be able to achieve that. And I want to reach 300 subscribers for this channel, and that can only be done through the help of you guys. I want to be up to date with my content planner, as well as be able to schedule posts to be consistent on both YouTube, IG, and TikTok. Now going to finance, I want to spend on budget on groceries and be able to pay my medical bills and medication. I want to stay on budget with my monthly bills and be able to process refunds for ASA, as well as practice healthy money mindset. So that is regarding finance. And now moving on to personal, I want to read one self-help book. I want to eat all my meals on time. I don't know how this is going to work, but hopefully I'll be able to achieve this. And I want to improve my communication with my family. As I had mentioned, I am still working on this, and this month was really good compared to other months and compared to last year and previous years. So I also want to continue doing the weekly dates with my husband and be able to do my hair this coming month. I want to do a digital declutter, so hopefully I'll be able to achieve all these goals that I have for this next month. So on this section of this video, I will be sharing my monthly budget with you guys. So let's do that. So I'm going to be looking onto my computer again, and for this previous section of the video, I didn't want to be looking onto my computer, but I didn't have enough time to prepare on my notes, and most of my preparation is here on my computer. So that is why I'm obviously doing this type of video. So let's move on to the next section, which is my budget. All right, so as you guys can see on the screen, that we have April as our month, and up here we have income, and then we have the expected amount and an actual amount. So I have ASA programs, I have memberships, consultations, events or launches, and personal income. So for expected, this is the amounts that I have, and for actual, this is what I had. And then below that, I have bills, and then I have the budget and the actual amount. So I have everything, as you can tell, every figure here in the US currency, just because I find it convenient, and for those who may want to have this template, they can find it down in the description below. So if maybe you don't want to use the US dollar, then you can customize and do a different currency. So that is why, like, for people who may be wondering. All right, so I have under bills, I have rent, I have Wi-Fi, I have water and electricity, and mobile fee or airtime. So as you can see, this is like the income breakdown, and then this is like the spending summary and a chart for budget and the actual money. So as you can see here, this is like the expected amount, and this is like the actual amount. So here we have expenses, and then I have the budget, and then the actual amount. And as you guys can tell, my expenses were over the roof for this month, honestly, and mostly that was because of my healthcare and medical. Those are killing me, to be honest, but things are gonna be okay as time progresses. So as we can tell, I spend a bit less than my budget on my groceries, and I didn't dine out. I didn't do any miscellaneous shopping. I don't have any fitness subscriptions or anything like that. For donations, I gave out $10, and I have school fees that I'm paying, and I also have transportation. So as for healthcare and medical expenses, guys, whew, I'm literally dying here. And I have, for self-care, I didn't spend anything. Entertainment, I didn't even have budget for that. I don't even have budget for clothing. I used to subscribe to Apple Music, and now I have hopped over to, what's this, what is it called? I almost said Shopify. What is it called? The Spotify. Is it Spotify? Yeah, I'm now hopped onto Spotify. I no longer subscribe for Apple Music. Reptile, I don't subscribe to that. Also, Apple Cloud, I subscribe $2.80 every month. TubeBuddy, nothing. Apple Podcast, nothing. LinkedIn Premium, nothing. Gmail Suite, nothing. Epidemic Sound, I subscribe monthly, and this is the music that I use on this channel. So I just subscribed for Epidemic Sound for this channel, and for ASA as well, I am subscribed for Epidemic Sound. So that is why I have this. So usually I'm supposed to be paying like $15 a month. So because I have like coupon codes and things like that, that is why I have like $7 here. And I used to also subscribe to the Minimalist app, and I use it now on a free version. So this brings the total here. And going on to the savings section, so for I have savings, budget, and the actual. So for my F&B savings, I wanted to save $50 this month. I was only able to save 10. And then for rainy day, I wanted to save 30, but I was only able to do 20. And then for college, as I had already mentioned, I'm paying for school fees, so I wanted to save $50 towards my college / studies, and I've only been able to save 30. So for the budget, the debt section, I have extra debt, budget, and actual, and I'm glad this section stays this way. So that's regarding my budget for this month. So hopefully going into the next month, this section will be the lowest, and like 77% is ridiculous. So, and that's like even more than what bills are costing me. So this needs to go down like a lot. It needs to go down a lot, and the savings needs to be a bit larger as well. So this is regarding my budget, and if you want me to do like a detailed tour of my budget spreadsheet, like show you everything in regards to the instructions and the transactions and things like that, let me know in the comments below as well. But for those who are interested in having this exact spreadsheet that I'm using, then you can access that in the description down below. You can just click on the link and you'll be able to find this to utilize on your own. So now that we are done with this section of the video, let's move on to the next section, which is this month's favorites. Alright, so these are this month's favorites, and to kick this section off, we have TV shows. So for TV shows, I've been enjoying Young Sheldon, and I am ashamed to say I am rewatching this show because I remember watching this show during COVID, and now I'm rewatching it again and I'm really liking it. So this is the favorite TV show for this month. The next thing that we have is books, and my favorite book that I read this month, and it's one of my favorite, it's This Is How You Heal. This is the best book that I've ever read that talks about mental health, that talks about navigating the uncertainty, talks about reinventing yourself. Like, this is the best book, and I think I'm gonna reread it again because I feel like when going through a book, there are sections that you may miss that are really important in life. So if I don't find any interesting book in my collection, I'm obviously going to reread this book again. So the next item is audiobooks, and my favorite audiobook for this month is The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. So I've been listening to The 5-Second Rule on Audible for, I think, for the longest time now, and I am repeating it again. I repeated the whole thing again this month, and I think I'm gonna keep repeating it because every time I listen to the audiobook, I find new things that I feel like I skipped the last time, or maybe like my attention span was somewhere not in the audiobook at the time. So that's why I feel like I'm going to be listening to this book again. I have the soft copy of the book as well as the audiobook, and because I was invested in reading This Is How You Heal, I just decided that, you know what, I'm gonna listen to The 5-Second Rule instead. So moving on to the next thing on the section is podcasts. So for this month, I've been listening to 3 podcasts religiously. Like, I've been listening to this podcast like my life depends on them. So the first podcast that I have is my own podcast, which is the Abroad Studies Academy. The reason I kept on listening to my own podcast is so I could sort of find out if what I share resonates with me, and also to sort of identify if there are if there are mistakes that I did while recording the episode, and if, like, having it launched now, like, if there are still mistakes that I can identify for the upcoming episodes. Although I can't promise like anything in regards to podcasting at this moment, but my plan is to continue launching episodes for that podcast. So the second podcast that I've been listening to, that is one of my top favorites, it's The Imposter Syndrome Terminator by Ines. Ines is my friend on social media, and I found her during COVID. I've been listening to her podcast since she launched the podcast, and I've been loving every episode that she posts. So that is also one of my favorite podcasts for this month. And the third and last favorite podcast for this month is And You're Happy. So this is one of my favorite podcasts as well, because I've been loving most of the episodes. Even like episodes from previous years are still relevant, so I really find it informative and educational to go through this podcast. So that is all regarding podcasts. Now let's move on to products. So for this month, my favorite products are the Also Heavenly Body Spritzer. I don't like perfumes, I don't like colognes, like I generally don't like them, but this one was different. So usually I'm very sensitive to strong smells, I'm sensitive to perfume, like I'm sensitive to a lot of things, but this one for some reason I'm not sensitive to, I'm not reacting as yet. So hopefully going forward I'll try different versions of this body mists and spritzers, so that maybe I can just experiment and see what works for me and what doesn't. So the second product is the Nilotica's Shea and Cocoa Butter. I use this cocoa butter religiously for my hair, and I like the fact that it's really moisturizing. At the same time, it's not as thick, so I find that I am sort of reacting to thick butters. So this one, because it's a bit light, it's different, and my hair is loving it and my scalp is loving it, so I'm not developing any rashes or any allergies. So that is why this is like one of my favorite products for this month. And then the last favorite product is the Alpha Castor Oil. So majority of this month I've been going through a very difficult season when it comes to my health, and I decided to try the castor oil after having extreme allergy on my face, and I was using apple cider vinegar to, I can't say cleanse, but I was using apple cider vinegar. I don't know what I was doing, but I was just trying something that I thought might help me. So I used apple cider vinegar and let it sit for some time, and then washed it off and applied castor oil. So at this point I think my skin is going back to its normal, although I still have the allergy. I think you can still see around the section I still have allergy, and on my forehead as well I still have allergy. So even around this area, like I still have the allergy. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it, but there's allergy. So this product has been a lifesaver when it comes to, I can't say curing this allergy, but helping combat it a bit. So I'm still experimenting with the apple cider vinegar as well as this castor oil to see if my skin will go back to its original state. That is that. So I also wanted to share like my favorite creators for this month, but I have a really long list, so I still need to work on who's my favorite, and then I'll be able to share that with you guys. So this marks the end of this video. I hope you guys found this video inspirational. I hope it resonates, and I just wanted to deviate from my normal videos, which were mostly about natural hair and growing healthy natural hair, maintaining it, styling it. I am still going to do that, although it's going to be featured in some weeks, but that's not going to be majority of what I share on this channel. Yeah, I think that's it regarding this video. So for those who find this kind of videos, who enjoy them, then please support this channel by giving it a thumbs up. By giving this video a thumbs up, and by subscribing to this channel, because the plan is to post more of this kind of videos going forward. and posting more of productivity based videos, as well as like behind the scenes and stuff like that. And hopefully hopefully my health will allow me to be able to do that with ease and be able to do other things, because life is not just YouTube. So hopefully that is what will happen going forward on this channel. That's it for this video, and thank you guys for watching it all the way through, and thank you for the support. I will see you in the next video. Until next time.